Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Ipob drops Shøčker. Släms southeastern governors for keeping silent over Nnamdi Kanu's detention. Ipob drops Shøčker. Släms southeastern governors for keeping silent over Nnamdi Kanu's detention. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. The leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, has deemed the Southeast governors' silence concerning the continued detention of its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, to be disturbing. According to the group, the Igbo political leader's silence did not indicate that Kanu was their true son, as previously claimed. Ima Powerful, the director of media and publicity of Ipob, said in a statement that the continued detention of its leader by the Department of State Services (DSS) after he was released by the Court of Appeal violated his fundamental human right, as reported by Niger News. The statement read as follows: following the landmark ruling of the Federal Court of Appeal in Abuja on October 13, 2022, which discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Ohama Dikel of Biafra land of all the fabricated charges brought against him by the Fulani government of Nigeria. The silence of the Southeast governors and political leadership is cause for concern. We, the global movement and family of the indigenous people of Biafra, under the command and leadership of our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, are compelled to ask Igbo governors, senators, House of Representative members, ministers, House of Assembly members in every state in Biafra land to explain their silence over the continued illegal detention of their son, Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kanu, despite the fact that a court of competent jurisdiction since the appeal court ruled in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ipob has been observing the demeanor of Igbo politicians, wondering whether their silence is due to cowardice and fear of the Fulani government, or whether they are complicit in the kidnapping and extraordinary rendition of their son. If they are afraid of the Fulani cabal that controls this country's affairs, they are cowards and unfit to represent our people in all Nigerian affairs. Ipob is asking these questions due to the fact that our tolerance is not and will not be infinitely elastic. The DSS continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Despite the Court of Appeal's ruling, coupled with the political leaders of the South silence, he still leaves much to be desired. This is the exact same attitude of silence exhibited by these so-called political, traditional and religious leaders, as their sons and daughters are erroneously kidnapped and killed without due process. This attitude must be changed, and there is still a small window of opportunity to do so. Since a court of competent jurisdiction has discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Nigerian government has no moral or legal justification to continue persecuting him. The ruling of the Court of Appeal should embolden Southeast governors and politicians of Southeast extraction to demand that the rule of law be upheld rather than be concerned or fearful of being witch hunted. If they condemn the words and actions of Al-Haji Abubakar Malami and the Fulani APC government, whose intention is to subvert the constitution and judicial pronouncement of the Court of Appeal. Malami and his people can hate Biafrans, especially in Dibo, as much as they want, but their hatred cannot rob us of the grace of God, nor will it prevent justice from being served in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Igbo leaders and stakeholders should take a position as men and women with balls and let us know where they stand. This is not the time to keep silent or to take a neutral position. To my dear listeners,